Hi, in this video I'm going to teach you the basics of technical analysis. Now, what is technical analysis? It is basically how to read a chart and what you can learn from looking at a chart, as opposed to fundamental analysis, which is looking at the financials of a company, looking at how a company is doing versus its competitors, things of that nature. Okay, so when we're looking at a chart, the most basic question that technical analysis is going to answer for us is, what is the direction of the market or the stock that we're looking at? Okay, now this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which represents basically what the whole market is doing. And that's important because almost all stocks move together in the same direction. So what is the market doing over this time frame of the last 6 months? Well, you can see that the market has been going up slowly. The trend, just drawing trend lines here, is a slight incline. Well, that's good. And it's going up a little faster here. So overall, that's good, but that's not moving up very fast as of the last 6 months. How do you know the market is going up? Or, how can you tell for sure? Well, here's what we're looking at. You want to see a market that by definition is higher highs and higher lows. Higher peaks like this one, going a little higher to this one to a little higher to this one, versus higher lows. This is the low here, goes to a higher low here before snapping back up, and then it goes to a higher low here by a little bit before snapping back up. Okay, so this is basically a market that is still climbing by definition, with higher highs and higher lows. Okay, but it's not going up very fast. Compare that to this chart over the past year. This chart was the past 6 months. This is a chart of the past year. Now, as of late last year, the market had come down, but then we've been seeing steadily higher highs with just small pullbacks. So you can see that the market was racing up pretty fast earlier this year. But now, when you see the big picture here, the market is slowing down. A much higher incline going this way versus the last 6 months where it's almost going sideways. So this is a signal that we need to watch and see if we might be setting up for a bigger decline. Possibly even a bear market that might drop 20 to 50%. We got to watch carefully for that, because this is one of the first signs that could happen when the market loses momentum. Let's look at an even bigger picture. Now this is what we want to look at as investors. That's what I'm focusing at, not trading. Okay? This is the bull market since the crash that went here in 2007 to 2009. Okay, so there's the bottom right there, March 2009. Since then, the market has more than doubled. Below 7,000 here on the Dow, over 15,000 now. That's more than double. Okay, so overall, the market has been climbing. It's had some brief, sharp pullbacks, but that's not a big deal after such a big increase over 2 years. So we're still in good shape, folks, but we got to continue to watch and be vigilant. Now, because the market has gotten to a high point, you wouldn't be too surprised to see a pullback of, say, 10 to 15%. That's no big deal, but we need to look at other signs that the market could go down a lot more from here. So the number one thing you want to look at is the trend of the market. As investors, we don't care what the market does on any given day. We want to see what the overall direction of the market is. And as of right now, it's still up. Now, how do we know when that is no longer happening? Well, we're going to see something like this. We're going to see, instead of the market making higher highs, it might go only up to here and then start making lower lows, bottoming out right here. And then it'll go up to here and lower highs, and lower lows and start trending down. That's what we want to watch carefully for, because when that happens, it could take the whole market with us. You want to look at fundamental values to kind of give you an idea of what the whole market could do or what an individual stock could do. But this is a good clue, the technical analysis, to help us to know what's going to happen. It's a short-term warning signal, really, is what it is. So I actually am going to be selling a product that is a better warning sign when the bear market is coming, but not ready to sell that yet. So anyway, this is just the very basics about higher highs by definition and higher lows, and also the overall direction of the market. Up, let's do this, up or down. Okay. Now with technical analysis, there's a lot of other really fancy stuff like Fibonacci's and Elliott waves and all this. That's too much for most investors. Don't get too caught up in really exotic stuff. This is good enough for us at this point for the most basic thing we need to look at on the charts. Okay, hope that helps. Maybe we'll get into some more advanced stuff, but let's stick with the basics for now. This is Greg Kilpack. Go to my website, markettiminguniversity.com, and download your free report. 3 things every investor must know to earn greater profits, take less risk, and invest with confidence. See you soon.